Hey Floyd, what do you think about the fight Crawford Madrigal? He says it's gonna be a good fight. Think the winner should get Canelo?
Sir, please.
This ain't about them right now.
I'm saying that both of you guys are chasing one fighter. If y'all feel like y'all chasing him and y'all can't get that fighter, then y'all should say, fuck it, we'll fight each other.
Damn, that's crazy.
Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford recently appeared together in an interview with a well-known news channel. During the discussion, they were asked about different subjects, including who they believe is the better boxer and who would come out on top if Crawford and Mayweather ever faced each other in the ring. As expected, neither fighter was willing to step back from their position. Floyd Mayweather stayed confident, just as he has in the past, when he openly called himself the greatest boxer of all time.
Canelo, and I know that, Terence Crawford has been trying to fight Canelo. They both been trying to get that fight done. And it seems like both have been trying to get it done extremely bad. Now, if you can't get it done, then make you guys fight.
Floyd.
Congratulations, man.
At the same time, Terence Crawford does not usually speak in that way, but he has appeared in several interviews where he said there is no fighter who could step into the ring with him and beat him, including Floyd Mayweather. He has also said that he never really thought about a fight with Mayweather because he looks up to him as a role model and feels he should be shown respect. Still, Floyd Mayweather quickly changed the conversation into a serious challenge by telling Crawford to prove himself inside the ring. He told Bud that the two of them could get in the ring together and finally decide who is better once and for all.
What's up, bro? Keep it a stack. Did you in your head size up Floyd? You know what I'm saying? If we was ever keep it real, bud, keep it real.
I'm never that type of guy.
The Terence Crawford position, is it time for him to move up?
Wait. I think when he was like, I'm really super skillful fighter, very talented fighter. And I talked about that, a while back. And I thought about this, if he wanted to go to 168 and he want to fight Canelo bad and Benavidez want to fight Canelo bad, if they can't get Canelo, they can fight each other. Benavidez.
Terence Crawford, on the other side, does not seem very interested in the idea because his full focus is on securing a fight with Canelo Alvarez, which he has been calling for over the past year. His main goal is to finally put an end to the discussion about whether he could succeed in a fight against Floyd Mayweather. His coach also appears to share the same drive and is clearly motivated about pushing Crawford toward proving himself at the highest level.
You even had the Floyd Mayweather, his era. But July 29th, I'm going to show each and every one of y'all why this era is the Terence Crawford era. So y'all can witness great.
When Crawford was asked on the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast how he would perform against Mayweather, he showed no hesitation in believing in himself. He clearly said he would back himself against anyone. His trainer Brian Bomac McIntyre agreed with that view while openly admitting that his opinion is biased, just like Crawford. He explained that Crawford is like a son to him, so he will always stand by his side. He also said that Terence has a strong fighting spirit and did not reach his current level overnight. According to him, Crawford's success came from many years of hard work, dedication, and steady growth.
So if he was pound for pound, Floyd was pound for pound. You or Floyd, who would have done that? Who would have won that?
If you place Bud and Mayweather in the ring during their prime years, then Mayweather would likely be the more strategic fighter. However, Bud would probably bring more heart and aggression into the fight. The question of whether Bud could break through Mayweather defense is something fans will always argue about. Right now, the more realistic and meaningful matchup for him is a fight between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez.
Always been happy for him, been a fan of his, and I never imagined us fight. I never looked at him like...
Floyd believes Crawford should forget about chasing a fight with Canelo Alvarez and focus on facing him instead. During this discussion, Floyd spoke about his own fight with Canelo and suggested that Canelo was an easier opponent compared to himself. It is not hard to see why Floyd wants Crawford to look past Canelo and take a fight with him. Many believe the two biggest stars in boxing are set to meet later this year when Crawford and Canelo are expected to face each other in September. Finalizing the fight was not easy as there were weeks of uncertainty, with Canelo almost choosing to fight YouTuber turned boxer Jake Paul before agreeing to the bout with Bud at the last moment. The boxing world is already buzzing about the matchup, with fans questioning whether Crawford can jump up 2 weight classes and take Canelo's throne. One person who has always shared strong opinions about both fighters is Mayweather, who retired undefeated at 50 wins in 2017. He famously defeated Canelo in 2013, giving him his first professional loss, and has also long praised Crawford as a fighter. Over the years, Floyd has spoken very differently about the two men, once saying Crawford was the best pound-for-pound boxer in the world. At one point, he even said he would rank Terence Crawford as #1. Later this year, it will become clear if that opinion holds true, as Bud could become undisputed at 168 pounds if Canelo first beats IBF champion William Skull in May. Looking back, Mayweather faced Canelo in a World Boxing Council and World Boxing Association light middleweight title fight in September 2013. It marked the 45th fight of the American remarkable career. He went up against a young Mexican star who was stepping into the hardest test of his career at that time. Many believed it would be a serious challenge for Mayweather going into the bout. Instead, the fight turned into a one-sided contest as the American controlled the action and won clearly on points, even though the official scorecards made it appear much closer than most boxing fans expected.
Y'all sitting up here, y'all praising this dude was nothing. I was almost 40 years old when I cooked this dude.
Sometimes as a counterpuncher, you get help.
Mayweather controlled the fight from start to finish, using his experience and sharp skills to outclass Canelo across all 12 rounds and earn a majority decision win. Even though he was clearly ahead by the final bell, one judge, C.J. Ross, scored the fight 114-114, which shocked many people in the crowd, including Mayweather himself. Speaking later to Fight Hype, the 47-year-old was very blunt when asked about Canelo boxing ability and summed up the fight in just a few words, saying he was nothing. Mayweather then went on to explain his view in more detail, saying that Canelo was easy to beat and that the fight felt like a simple task. He questioned why people praised Canelo so highly and said that despite being close to 40 years old at the time, he handled him with ease and never felt threatened.
The Tank age, the young low champions. Canelo was 23 with 43 fights and 30 knockouts.
Mayweather retired only a few years later, but more than 10 years after that fight, Canelo is still one of the biggest stars in boxing. Since then, he has captured world titles at middleweight, super middleweight, and light heavyweight, and even became undisputed at 168 pounds. After suffering his first career loss to Mayweather, Canelo responded by winning his next 15 fights and collecting multiple world championships along the way. Now he appears ready for another massive showdown, as a fight against fellow pound-for-pound great Terence Crawford is widely believed to be agreed for later this year.
And the world said he was inexperienced. I was 36 with 40-something fights. And to tell you the truth, I was over the hill. And so when I fight guys, when I'm in my 30s, and they're in their 30s, you know what they say? Oh, this guy all washed up.
Some experts think the weight jump could be a big challenge for Crawford, since he would move from 154 pounds up to 168 pounds for the fight, having only fought once at super welterweight. Because Canelo is naturally a much bigger fighter, many believe it could lead to a dominant knockout for the Mexican, similar to his win over Amir Khan, who also moved up 2 divisions. When asked if Canelo's power worried him before their fight, Mayweather gave a simple answer, and his verdict was clear: not at all.
Gave the sport of boxing their whole life and sacrificed a lot inside that square circle. They should feel that way. So if he feel that way, more power to him. I had one fight, and the fight wasn't actually at it.
He went on to say that in the ring, it didn't feel like anything new. After more than 20 years in boxing, it was nothing he hadn't experienced before. Mayweather's remarks could give Crawford a boost of confidence, especially since Canelo hasn't stopped any of his last 5 opponents. In a recent interview, Floyd Mayweather also reflected on his memorable fight with Canelo Alvarez at that weight class.
It was at a catch weight, but it wasn't my idea. So at one particular time, you guys can, anybody, you can go online and pull this up. It was an article. So with Canelo said, I believe Canelo at one particular time thought I was scared of him. You know,
Actually, I had only one fight at a catchweight, and it wasn't my idea. Anyone can look this up online. It was reported in an article. At one point, Canelo seemed to think I was afraid of him and said, "Floyd doesn't want to fight me. I'm willing to meet him at 152 pounds. I called his bluff and told him, if you want to do it, let's do it at 152 or 152 and a half. But after Canelo made weight, there was no restriction stopping him from gaining more. He weighed 152 or 152 and a half at the start, but came in around 168 or close to 170, while I came in at 151 or 152.
I'm not going in there looking to knock Canelo out. Could it happen? Yes, absolutely. You know, when I look at Canelo, he's a smaller, bigger guy moving up in divisions. You know, being that these big guys are slower, so they might catch him with something, but he might see it at the last moment. You know, they might catch him with a hard shot, but he's able to roll and turn with it.
In an interview with Manic Aopian, Crawford was asked if he thinks Canelo is still at his peak. He said that while the 34-year-old has held back in some of his recent fights, he expects Canelo to be at his absolute best against him. Crawford explained that Canelo hasn't seemed as motivated in his last couple of bouts. Against Munguia, Crawford feels Canelo could have done more damage but showed restraint out of respect for his opponent. In the fight with Berlanga, Canelo dominated but didn't have to push himself fully. Crawford believes that when they meet, fans will see the best version of Canelo yet. Before turning his focus to Crawford, Canelo has a chance to become a two-time undisputed champion when he faces IBF champion William Skull in Riyadh on May 3rd. The 34-year-old Mexican star enters the fight as a heavy favorite. He was actually scheduled to face Skull last year, but chose to fight Edgar Berlanga Jr. instead. Meanwhile, Floyd Mayweather is keeping busy with exhibition fights, making a habit of stepping into the ring each year. In his latest exhibition, Mayweather rematched John Gotti III in Mexico City. The 8-round bout featured no real brawling, just Mayweather's usual control and showmanship. There were no knockdowns or staggering moments, as it was an exhibition and not officially scored. Still, the 47-year-old clearly dominated Gotti, 31, the grandson of the late crime boss John Gotti, while the crowd expressed some disappointment at the lack of action.
And that's truly a blessing. But he's a tough competitor, and I take my hat off to him. He want to run it back. We can run it back twice, 3 times. It is what it is.
Mayweather landed his punches on Gotti easily and connected often, but he never shook his opponent. The fight went just as expected, similar to their first meeting, with Mayweather simply showing he was the superior fighter. Unlike their June 2023 bout, this one didn't turn into a brawl. Even though Mayweather dominated, no winner was declared since it was an exhibition. He carefully avoided giving Gotti any chances to fight back, relying mostly on his jab and straight right hands to control the pace. As the rounds went on, Gotti grew visibly frustrated by Mayweather's precise and efficient approach. With the fight set as an exhibition of 8 2-minute rounds, there was never going to be any major result or dramatic ending.
I was born to be a fighter. I'm gonna die a fighter at the end of the day. And I done heard it all from every fighter. Every fighter say, well, I got a good left hand, I got a good right hand, I got a good hook. I'm gonna apply pressure. My thing is...
This has been Mayweather's usual approach to exhibition fights since the COVID-19 pandemic began, only showing his full intensity in bouts that would have an official result, like his fights against Japanese kickboxers or Logan Paul. In these exhibitions, he's happy to go through the scheduled rounds while clearly proving he's the better fighter. After the 8th round, no winner was announced. Mayweather and Gotti hugged at the end, a much calmer ending compared to the brawl that followed their first encounter.
In Arena Ciudad de México.
Throughout his legendary career, Mayweather has had many memorable fights against Mexican stars. After holding an exhibition in Mexico City, he thanked the crowd. Mexico City, thanks for coming out. Gotti is tough as nails, he said after the fight. He also praised Julio Cesar Chavez Sr., who was there with the broadcast team, adding, "Mexico City, I love you guys. Thanks for coming out." Fans cheered loudly. Their first fight in June 2023 ended in a brawl when the referee stopped the bout in the 6th round due to excessive trash talk and holding, with Gotti throwing punches and camps flooding the ring. On Saturday, there were a few tense moments. Gotti got frustrated when the rounds ran longer than 2 minutes, and Mayweather looked annoyed after being warned about punches to the back of Gotti's head. A new referee stepped in, but the fight remained calm and ended with Mayweather and Gotti embracing. "He's my guy," Mayweather said, putting his arm around Gotti. "We had to put on a show, and I want to thank Gotti for being a man of his word. We ran it back twice," Gotti added. Mayweather hit hard. "He's still got it," he said. During a post-fight interview, Mayweather also embraced 62-year-old Chavez, calling him a legend who paved the way. He joked that boxing Chavez in an exhibition now wouldn't look good for him. Earlier this week, Mayweather revealed he had been offered 3 more exhibition fights but gave no further details. Mayweather said they recently received an offer for a 3 exhibition deal with a huge sum involved, though nothing is confirmed yet. While he hopes to one day have an exhibition against Terence Crawford, it's very unlikely at the moment since Crawford is scheduled to face Canelo Alvarez in September. Until Mayweather and Crawford actually step into the ring together, any matchup between the two boxing legends remains purely hypothetical, and we can only speculate on how a fight between them might turn out. For his exhibitions, Floyd Mayweather could explore easier or more available opponents among retired fighters. He might also consider matches with YouTube stars like Jake Paul, as both have shown interest in facing each other before. As for Crawford, it's clear the super middleweight champion is nearing the end of his career, with his final fights focused on strengthening his already impressive legacy in competitive matchups. Beyond that, Crawford will also aim to maximize his earnings from these last bouts. That's all for now. For the latest news, highlights, and events in boxing, stay tuned by subscribing to our YouTube channel and turning on notifications so you don't miss any of our quality content. Until next time, peace.